Yo, what's good people? Welcome back to another video. We're back out in central London today shooting on the Fuji XE4. I haven't shot with this camera for a while, so it only made sense that I brought this one back out. Plus I wanted to get a bit more use out of it before it gets sold. Anyway, I'm currently out with Imad's Vision. As always, the first couple of shots are always going to be a bit rough as you're just getting into the swing of things. We started off in the Soho area. I personally haven't shot much in this area, but I've seen Imad shoot here before and he's had some amazing photos from here. So right now, I'm just on one of these little back streets, just hanging about here for a little while, seeing who sort of comes across and if anybody sort of fits into frame. There wasn't too much going on there, so head across the street and see this guy smoking in front of this shop window, and I managed to capture this shot here. So where I was standing, there was this little puddle by the curb, and my idea was to get a shot of people basically crossing over the puddle, potentially stepping in the puddle. The idea was there, but I don't think it's the best image, mainly because of the background and the scenery. It's just a bit muddy and flat. Anyway, we'll walk a bit further down the road, and I spot this guy standing at the corner by this shop window here. So I tried to capture him. Again, I see a nice puddle in the road. If you haven't guessed, you might be noticing that there might be a little theme running now. So what I wanted to do here was try and get the reflections of people walking across and capturing them in the puddle and getting a little bit of a, would you call it abstract? I don't know. But that type of image there basically. After Soho, we head into Piccadilly Circus and start heading down towards Trafalgar Square. As we was walking down the road, I see this phone box and decide to try and shoot through and capture the people on the other side. There's something about shooting through phone boxes and getting that blurry image that I like, but it's something that I need to incorporate a little bit more when I'm out shooting. Just for reference, I've put the mist filter on my lens now. I really wanted to try and get a little bit of a soft light from everything in the area. So on a lot of the photos now, you'll get a nice little glow. This one's a bit of a dodgy photo because I believe the person was homeless. I don't really like to capture homeless people or children when I take photographs, so I was mainly aiming for the puddle, but managed to capture her in there as well. I'm still in the same location, but I move a couple of meters over to my right, and I wanted to use this box as a bit of a foreground element and capture some people walking past it. Ideally, I wanted them to try and look at me, but a lot of people were just going about doing their own business. And here we are again, messing around with some more puddles, basically just capturing people as they walk along me. These two guys spot that I was doing something and then decide to approach me and ask me what I'm doing. This is that moment where you've got to have your wits around you because you don't know what anybody's going to be doing. Obviously I've got my GoPro on, they could have grabbed that, they could have tried to take my camera, but really they just wanted to see what the photos were and then basically ask for a photo of themselves anyway. All in all, it wasn't a problem, but sometimes you just got to have your wits around you and just be mindful of what's actually going on. In the end, I go up with them to take a photo, and it is safe to say that I did not do these people justice with the photo that I took of them. Anyway, they seemed to be all right with it, got their email address, and they got that photo. So we're now headed into the dreaded Chinatown. If you saw my last video, you'll know that this is one of my not so great places to shoot. And here's just a random shot to prove that. So as we get a little bit further in, I see this guy standing in front of the shop and I wanted to get a load of people surrounding him. Ideally, I wanted a bit of a long exposure on it, but I never had time to set that. So really, all these people are just helping to focus you into him. Coming up now, I'm trying to use a bit more foreground element to isolate a subject, and we get this. So now we're coming up to one of my favourite shots of the night. As we was walking past, I spot this guy eating some food. I take this shot through the window, and basically as I reviewed it, didn't like the look of it, thought I could get something a bit better. So I go up to the window to get a bit of a cleaner frame, using the tables as a leading line to him, and I get this. I was drawn to the lights on this one, obviously because I had the mist filter on. I wanted to see what it came out like. And it's got a bit of a vibe, but it's not nothing special. You might be able to call this one a bit of a spray and pray. Spot the guy on the bike and literally just shoot him as he goes past. So now just looking through some more shop windows. This one looked like it could have had a bit of a vibe to it. So just put myself through the window, took the shot, kind of liked how it looked. So I moved over and went for another shot to get another angle. And that's it for Chinatown. So now we're headed into Leicester Square sort of area. Again, spotting the lights, wanting to see what the mist filter can do, and I get this. These people are standing in front of the shop. Again, they've got some nice lighting around them, and get this sort of moody type of image. And just as that happens, the guy coming along on the bike, and I think I've just got to take a moment to appreciate how much a mist filter can change your images. The vibe that they give off in the right conditions is just something else. Right, so we're now coming to the end of the video, and obviously got to do the shameless plug. If you've enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a subscribe. It helps me out, it helps the channel out, and I will see you in the next one.